Hello and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new readings every single day, and if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. All right, so the Three of Pentacles fell out. Then we have Judgment. We have the Ten of Swords. Wow, we have the Eight of Swords. Temperance. Seven of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to get some clarity on this Eight of Swords. Okay. Gosh, this is a heavy reading, heavy energy here. I am seeing that something has happened that caused a lot of pain. This is pain that maybe has gone on for quite some time. Maybe even certain things you thought you were healed from, and then somebody said or did something that made you feel like you were right back in a previous timeline that you thought you had healed from, that no progress had been made. This situation is very karmic, and before you get worried or concerned, remember that karma is cause and effect. It is cycles continuing because of the same decisions or similar decisions being made and not learning a lesson. It is not about being punished. Though some of you, I'm seeing, are feeling like you're being punished for something. That's not the case here. You're not being punished. It's more of this situation is meant to teach you something about yourself. And I'm largely seeing that some of it has to do with, one, the way you communicate with other people, but two, the way that other people communicate things to you. Part of this sort of energy here that I'm seeing that's stuck, this sort of Eight of Swords, feeling tied down, feeling heavy, feeling like no progress is being made, or feeling confused, feeling lost, is coming from the fact that this situation that happened that caused a lot of pain came from the people that you thought were part of your inner circle, or maybe they even are part of your inner circle, but they just didn't communicate in a way where anything productive happened, and or you felt very misunderstood by them in a way that really seriously hurt you. And what I'm seeing is that this hurt has been ongoing. So even if it's not with the same people, this is hurt that you've carried around for a long time. The reason why this is being brought up to you is not to punish you. It's because you're meant to learn something very important, but mostly it's so that you can heal. There is something very important that has been communicated to you in this situation that you need to think back on and take a different perspective. There are seeds here that have been planted about the way you manifest things. There's certain illusions at play here where people in your life or unhealed wounds are trying to make you feel lesser than you are, or there's certain traditions or viewpoints from your parents or from people in your life that you looked up to that need some healing. I keep hearing, for some of you, you may need to be a parent to yourself. And what I think that means is we often think our parents are going to be these perfect people and they're going to give us all these wonderful and amazing pieces of wisdom. Not that that can't be true at the same time as things not being perfect, but you have to remember that your parents are people. As you are growing up and as you continue to go through your life, so are they. They are also still evolving in their life. The reason why I bring this up is because for some of you, these unhealed wounds are coming from your childhood. They're coming from relationships with your family or with your parents, or certain things that your parents said, or certain expectations or traditions or mindsets that are not really serving you. What you're being prompted to do is find the truth in all of it. Figure out what is serving you, what is not, release what's not serving you, and remember that you can reclaim your power at any time. You reclaim your power by standing in your truth and being fully, authentically who you are, not allowing fear to dictate what you do or don't do, or not allowing insecurity to get in the way. A lot of you are asking for the things that you've been carrying for a long time to be healed, and for the obstacles that maybe have been in your way for some time to be removed. Some of that may be painful if some of these wounds that are unhealed are very deep. They may be brought to your attention in ways that are not as desirable, but remember that all of this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. The Queen of Swords can be very direct and sometimes say things in a way that's more combative than it is empathetic. That doesn't make you an arrogant person. It just means that you may need to work on the way you communicate with the people in your life when your emotions get the better of you, especially for those of you who fall more into a masculine energy of logic, reason, practicality, and that's the way you communicate is very much through fact, through logic, through reasoning versus your emotion or your empathy. You may have more of a hard time communicating, especially to people who are very emotional, who fall more into the feminine energy of being emotional and nurturing. You may struggle communicating your viewpoints to those people, or vice versa. The Queen of Swords tends to fall more into the masculine energy. So I'm going to say that for a lot of you who are watching this reading, you're going to fall into that category. But regardless of whether you fall more into the masculine or the feminine energy in your communication style, one thing that you need to recognize is that not everything that other people say is true. Not all perceptions they have of you are accurate. Most of the time, their perceptions of you are a lot of their own insecurities being projected. With a lot of this pain that you've been experiencing, a lot of you are looking for peace. Keep in mind that there's a difference between looking for peace and looking for distraction. Distraction is avoidance. There's healthy distraction, but if you're just constantly looking for distractions to keep you from the actual feelings or problems, then the distraction is avoidance. Whereas looking for peace means looking for acceptance of the situation and the things that you can't change, and looking for the opportunity for the positive and the steps you can take in order to move forward. Coming to peace with things, for those of you who are really asking for that and seeking that this year as part of your abundance up-leveling, keep in mind that peace doesn't mean that there's never war. Peace doesn't mean that there's never conflict. Peace has to do with the way that you react to conflict. By seeking peace, it means you are seeking acceptance for the things of the past. It doesn't mean that you are getting out of it or avoiding it. So just keep in mind that that is part of the process of healing. If you're seeking peace, if you're seeking tranquility, don't be surprised if you ask for peace and you're receiving some upheavals. The upheavals are happening so that you can heal these deep-seated wounds that you've been carrying along with you for too long, so that you can move into a better timeline. Ultimately, right now, you are planting seeds for healing. You're planting seeds for moving forward. You are challenging your old belief systems, old mindsets, and stepping into your power. Continue doing that. Continue working on it. Some of these things may be difficult for you, but remember that everything ebbs and flows. So if things are difficult for you now, they're going to get better. It's not going to stay that way. And keep in mind that not all healing has to be painful. Sometimes it is painful and uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be. Remember that your reaction to a lot of these people is what gives that energy power or takes the power from it. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. And yes, that's Eleanor Roosevelt, and that's a quote, but I am saying that very seriously here because it's very poignant. You decide how other people make you feel. You can decide to agree with the nasty things they say to you, or you can decide to realize that the nasty things they say to you is probably nothing in comparison to the nasty things they say and do to themselves. Continue on your own journey. The butterfly is really sticking out to me. So this is very much a journey where I'm seeing that you're sort of breaking certain pieces of yourself down to rebuild them at this time. I know for some of you, that's not the thing you necessarily want to hear at the beginning of the year. But for those of you that this is resonating with, remember that this is a good thing. The caterpillar completely breaks himself down so he can become the butterfly. Try to find joy in the process by not allowing the heavy stuff to totally get the best of you. One thing that's great about the 10 of Swords is that the 10 means that you are on the verge of completing some major cycle or completing some major phase or completing some major step. Although the 10 of Swords indicates that this could be something that's been happening for a long time or should have ended a long time ago, has extended its expiration date, it does indicate things are not going to get any worse. Things are only going to get better from here. Try to keep your head up as much as you can. Try to be as positive as you can. Look to your guides and your higher self when you need help. Your guides will come in and help you, guide you. They will help renew you. They will help shift your negative energies into positive. Try to use your creativity and your inspiration at this time that you're receiving from your guides towards planting the seeds of something positive for your future. Use your energy boost that you're receiving towards the things that you want to create more manifestation power and spiritual backing behind. If you are really struggling with this negative energy, try to find healthy ways to deal with stress, with anxiety, with worry, with sadness or grief, whatever it is that you're feeling that's negative, and try to put your energy into the positive things and the seeds you want to plant for what you want to manifest. Remember that sometimes the action that we're being prompted to take has to do with the spiritual work, not physical action that you need to be doing. So just keep that in mind. Figure out what type of action works best for you, and then follow your intuition and the guidance that you're receiving from your guides. So this is your reading. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video. Your affirmation for this reading is, things can only improve from here. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.